talk about endosomes, lysosomes, peroxisomes, and proteosomes. What are they? What are their differences and similarities? So let's start with endosomes. So endosomes contain material that the cell endocytoses from the extracellular space. They categorize and deliver cargo to the right destination. Now, it's important that it comes from the endocytosis. So endocytosis is the process where we bring cargo from outside the cell into the cell, which then is delivered to the endosome. Now, the endosome has two types. You have the early endosome and the late endosome. And this is the formation happens when the cargo from the extracellular space interacts with the cargo that's coming from the Golgi apparatus. The cargo from the Golgi apparatus contains the M6P tags, which interacts with the cargo from the extracellular space to create the lysosome. The early endosome, then the late endosome, and then the lysosome. The lysosome is the disposal of waste. So it disposes of waste by disassembling proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates into their constituent molecules. So through catabolic, uh, so if we're breaking down proteins, so we're breaking down large molecules into their constituents. For example, breaking down glycogen into glucose, which then can be used by the cell to the process of glycolysis, for example, to break that down and convert this to energy. If we could then talk about peroxisomes break down compounds that produce hydrogen peroxides as a byproduct, and sometimes also ROS, which are reactive oxygen products, which can be harmful for the cell. So for the cell to stop hydrogen peroxide from harming the cell by neutralizing it when it is created. Now there are certain balances in the cell that for the formation of hydrogen peroxides. For example, after surgery, sometimes they add hydrogen peroxide to clean out the wound. Now, this can result in high amount of hydrogen peroxides, which require the use of peroxisomes to clean this up and to reach a balance in the cell, neutralizing balance. If we talk about proteosomes, there are protein complexes that destroy unwanted or damaged proteins by the process of ubiquitination. And what's happened is that it breaks down proteins by adding ubiquitin to the protein, which would trigger the proteosomes to be attracted to that protein and break it down. So that would break down the polypeptide by attaching ubiquitin proteins to the damaged protein. This can happen in the cytoplasm and the nucleus, which can accommodate both of them, right? The other ones only happens in the cytoplasm. However, the proteosomes can also occur in the nucleus. I hope this was a quick overview and hope that you find it helpful. Thanks so much. Have a good day.